Assalamu alaikum, this is me dietitian Mahanur, and in today's video we are going to discuss about the anatomy and physiology of the lymphatic system. We will discuss the composition of lymphatic vessels, and also we will discuss the thoracic duct, lymph nodes and its microscopic structure in this video in the detail, while the other structures of the lymphatic system we will discuss in other video in detail. So let's start. Okay, what is the lymphatic system? Lymphatic system is a part of the circulatory system and is a part of the immune system, comprising of the network of the lymphatic vessels that carry clear fluid known as the lymph directionally towards the heart. Lymph comes from the Latin word known as the lympha, which means water. Now we will see the definition of the lymph. The interstitial fluid picked up by the lymphatic capillaries is known as the lymph. Lymph very closely resembles the plasma found in the veins. It is the mixture of 90% of water and 10% of the solutes, such as the proteins, cellular waste products, dissolved gases, and hormones. Lymph may also contain the bacterial cells that are picked up from the diseased tissue and the white blood cells that fight against the pathogens. In the late stage cancer patients, lymph often contains the cancerous cells that have metastasized from the tumors and may form the new tumors within the lymphatic system. Okay, now we will discuss about the composition of lymph. The composition of lymph is similar to the that of the plasma, but the constituents have some additional substances that are too large to pass through the blood capillary walls. For example, macroparticles from damaged area, damaged cells by the disease and bacteria. Lymph vessels. These originate as the blind and tubes in the interstitial spaces. Structurally, they are same as the blood capillaries. The walls are more permeable to all the interstitial fluid, including proteins and the cell debris. The capillaries join to form the larger lymph vessels. Lymph vessels have numerous cup-shaped walls that prevent backflow of the movement of the lymph in the vessels. Lymph vessels join together to form the two larger ducts. Number one, the thoracic duct, and number two, the right lymphatic duct. Okay, lymph vessel. By watching this diagram, the which is displayed on the screen, we can easily understand that what happens when the valves are open and what happens when the valves are closed. While when the valves are open, the overlapping of endothelial cells begins. Direction of the lymph flow is we can see in the picture, and also when the valves are closed, the fluid enters into the lymphatic capillary. Okay, the thoracic duct. What is duct? A duct is a circumscribed channel leading from an organ. Length is of 40 centimeter, ascends through the diaphragm and passes upwards in the thoracic cavity. It drains the lymph from the both legs, the pelvic abdominal cavities, left half of the thorax, head and the neck, the left upper limbs. Limbs means the hand, upper limbs, and the legs means the lower limbs. The right lymphatic duct. It lies in the roots of the neck and opens into the right subclavian vein. It drains lymph from the right half of the thorax, means chest, thoracic cavity, neck, and right upper limb. Lymph nodes. A normal young adult body contains some 400 to 450 of lymph nodes. Okay, lymph nodes present in the head and neck are 60 to 70. In arms, superficial thorax are 40. Legs, superficial buttocks are 30. Thorax are 100, and abdomen or pelvis are 230. Okay, small oval or bean-shaped body range from the 10 to 20 mm in the diameter, position along the coarse lymph vessel, slight depression called hilus. Blood vessels enter and leave through it. Okay, in this slide, they are discussing about the structure of lymph nodes. Okay, now we can easily understand the structure of lymph nodes by looking towards the diagram displayed on the screen. Okay, let me zoom it. Okay, germinal center in the follicle we can see at the upper area, and then there is the capsule, and after that there is a subcapsular sinus here, and then there is the trabecule. After that we can easily see the afferent lymphatic vessels, and here we can see the hilus, medullary sinus here, and medullary cord here. Okay, 1 minute, let me. Okay, on the left side at the downer area we can see the follicle, which is labeled here, and then there is cortex, and then there is afferent lymphatic vessel, and then there is at the upper area we can see the afferent lymphatic vessels. Okay, this was the structure of lymph node, which is displayed on the screen through the diagram. Okay, then we are going to discuss about the microscopic structure of lymph nodes. Each lymph node is enclosed by the fibrous capsule. It consists of the capsule, cortex, and medulla. In the previous slide, we have seen the picture of the structure of the lymph nodes, but here now we are gonna discuss about the structures that were that are given in the lymph nodes. So let's see. Each lymph node is enclosed by the fibrous capsule. It consists of the capsule, cortex, and medulla. Fibrous septa or trabecule extends from covering capsule towards the center of the node. Cortical nodule plaqued by the lymphocytes surrounded by the less dense area. Germinal center. Cortical nodules within the cortex are separated from each other by the trabecule. Medulla is composed of the sinuses and medullary cord. Okay, here we will discuss about the cell zones in the lymph nodes. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. Zone 1 is a region of loosely packed cells, predominantly small lymphocytes, macrophages, and occasional plasma cells. Zone 2 is a denser region internal to the zone 1, composed mainly of these small lymphocytes and macrophages. And zone 3 comprises of the germinal center of the follicles. Its cell include the large lymphoblasts, dendritic cells, and macrophages. Function of lymph nodes: defense, hemo, hemopto, hematopoiesis, and phagocytic action. These are the main functions of the lymph nodes. Okay, let's study them in detail. Defense: as the lymph passes through the lymph nodes, reticulo endothelial cells remove the microorganism and other injurious particles. Hematopoiesis: site for the final stage of the maturation of the lymphocytes and monocytes. Monocytes are the type of the leukocyte or white blood cells that are the largest type of the leukocytes and can differentiate into the macrophages and myeloid lineage. Dendritic cells that have migrated from the bone marrow. Phagocytic action. Okay, now we will discuss the phagocytic action: production of the antibodies, enlargement of the lymph nodes when the area of the drainage is infected, activate T and B lymphocyte, and filtration of the lymph. Okay, now in this display diagram, lymphatic tissues or lymphoid organs are given. We will discuss these in the next video in detail. And this was all for today. Hope you liked the video. uh, do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.